Welcome to Chamber Web TV, and thanks for clicking through. These are one-on-one interviews with business and political individuals in our community. And today in our community, all the way from Winnipeg, is Wadud Ibrahim from Protega Business Solutions. Wadud, you and I have got to know each other over the last couple of years, basically through a business-to-business program that we both attended and both got excited about, and all the way back in 2010, I believe, called Centralia, which is a business matchmaking one-on-one meetings. Wonderful program, actually, but what inspired you at that point, as a software developer and an online guy, you decided that you could carry Centralia model of business matchmaking onto an online presence and connect businesses around the world with matches to their organization. So this is really exciting. The program is called Protunity. That's like Opportunity, only leave the op off. It's just Protunity. And it's only available through partner administrations like chambers of commerce or economic development organizations around the world. So first of all, because a lot of people are going to think, well, this is just another social media thing because it's an online and I'm registering my business and all that. Let's put that to bed right away. This is not a social media program. Is that correct?
Correct. Thank you very much, Greg. Yeah, absolutely. It's really a business network. It's a business-to-business matching platform. So it's
so the whole concept. And then if I have a business, and I go on and I register for Protunity, I build my profile on there. I want to make sure that I have all of the things that I do as an organization, what I make or what I sell. And then I also want to put on there as well things that I may buy or need to do what I make or sell, right? So I'm not only putting on my wares, I'm also putting on my needs as well. And then your software has an algorithm in the background to search out all the members of Protunity and find those distinct matches that mix well with that company. Is that correct?
correct. So that's essentially the essence of the software. In addition to that, it's a trusted and private. That means only the ones you trust, only the one you have a relationship with, or through organizations you trust and you have connections with. That's what the matching is based on.
So it's not like putting an ad in the paper. This is like actually targeting businesses that meet your needs or want your goods and services, correct?
And yeah, exactly. In addition, also, this is for sure, it works that way. In addition to that, you're only going to get connected by people you trust, people you have a relationship with, or through people you have a relationship with. So that's another thing as well.
And I think that's the important part, because I think, I think of a lot of businesses in our community, maybe more particularly the manufacturing sector, where they have maybe to some degree a little bit of intellectual value.
Yeah.
They don't want everything just out there in the bold big world. They want to be able to narrow their focus, only connect with those they maybe get to know, like, and trust, because that's who people do business with.
Yes.
And so Protunity offers them that opportunity to really narrow their focus, target only on the industries that probably would knit well with them, whether it be a strategic alliance, a partnership, or even a sale.
Exactly. I mean, the idea is really it's about quality, not quantity. Right? Because I think we're so busy these days. All of us are very busy. We get spam on our emails. We get a lot of noise, right? Mm-hmm. So we want to cut the noise down. The reason Centralia works is you go for 2 days, and you get 12 meetings. Mm-hmm. These are all qualified meetings. These are not just anybody, right? And that's why it's such a popular program. Now, if you can do this 24/7, 365 days of the year, that matching, but it's also based on quality connections, then now you've increased your level of productivity.
It reminds me of that. There was a one of these infomercials on, and they were selling some sort of an appliance, and it used to be set it and forget it.
Yes.
That's what the guy used to say. And really, as you were explaining to me earlier, that's what Protunity is. So you go on, you register yourself, you get connected through your partner organization, the Cambridge Chamber of Commerce, of course, or whatever Chamber of Commerce you happen to be with, and then you fill out your profile, and then you just let it go, and it does its work.
Correct.
It watches all those people who join the network. It watches all the connections that your partner organization makes, and it searches all of them to find those connections that match with your organization, and then I guess alerts you in some manner.
Correct. I mean, you can set it up to say, send me an email when you have a match,
Mhm.
and I'll do the work for you.
So,
essentially.
so give me the process then. I'm a manufacturer and I've got this intellectual value. I want to make sure that I keep it private and secure, and even the awareness of my company, because some companies, they don't want every Tom, Dick, and Harry phoning them to sell them something or,
Yeah.
or whatever. So I get all of this done. I get my email. I set it up so that I get an email. So I get this email and say, here's a match. Wadood in Winnipeg has got a company that buys your stuff, whatever it happens to be, and wants to connect with you, or doesn't, just matches. You at that point have the option of connecting or not connecting?
Correct.
Is that what it is?
Correct. And so you have the option of connecting, but even with connecting, because you don't know that company, but you know there's someone you have a common connection,
Yes.
then you can ask for an introduction. So there's somebody in between
Oh,
offer
okay.
referrals.
So the partner organization.
That partner
So
organization.
you go to the partner organization and say, I'm kind of interested in Wadood and Winnipeg. Can you make an introduction for me? And so then we would go out, introduce our member to
Correct.
you, and say, would you like to make a connection with them, and then kind of do that electronic meeting.
Just like you do it in real life, right? So the beauty of it, this company in Winnipeg, or it could be in Kansas City or whatever
Mhm.
it is, the chamber of, the Cambridge Chamber is making that call.
Mhm.
So, we'll introduce you to one of our members.
Mhm.
All of a sudden, the likelihood of actually that company in Kansas picking up the phone is higher,
Yeah.
right? As opposed to just some cold call, right?
Wow.
So that's the idea. It's increasing the productivity.
This is fantastic. This is not social media. This is business media.
Correct.
This is connecting people with real things to do together.
Correct.
Real business to be made.
Absolutely. Basically, what we try to do is try to mimic how we operate in real life online, essentially.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's essentially the idea.
And why not use the technology of today to do that?
So now we can be 10 times more or
So you launched in the spring
Yes.
at the Winnipeg Chamber of Commerce. Of course, that's your hometown, and
Yeah.
that's my friend Dave Angus. He's been on Chamber Web TV, by the way. We've done a lot of things with Dave. Great guy and a great community. He runs a great Chamber of Commerce out there as well.
Yes.
But you launched with Winnipeg Chamber of Commerce, and you've got the Manitoba Chamber of Commerce on. And so, it takes some time to get some traction.
yes.
But you were telling me earlier you got well over 100 companies already on
Yes.
as members.
Correct.
That's pretty decent traction, especially when you're really, you're trying to find those businesses that are looking for that targeted match. That
Yes.
and this is maybe a little bit unique for some of them. That's amazing success over the summertime.
I would say so, yes. And we were not really pushing it very hard.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to take it one step at a time. But now we're ready. So we would like to thank the Cambridge. You've been a big supporter
Yeah.
from day one. So that's.
Well,
we're very excited
I
working
as
with
you well know, I love the Centralia model. I
Yeah.
think that, that, from my perspective, it's inexpensive. It gives a direct opportunity for a business person to sit down right across the table, just like you and I are
Yeah.
here, and actually talk about, can we do business together, and do we have a common element of creating a new economy between us. And I think, bringing something online that has that same similarity. There's still nothing like meeting someone face to face. But hopefully, this builds that bridge so that face-to-face meeting becomes even more strategic and more important.
Correct. So the idea is, let's go spend your time. We need to go and spend our time making connections, meeting people, serve our customers, and let the computer do the matching for us.
Mhm.
So that's the idea, is to spend time on the higher value activity. The higher value is building relationships. The higher value is going out there doing research, taking care of customers. And when those customers are ready to buy, you let the software do the matching for
Mhm.
you. So that's really the idea. We're really almost, you talk about new economies. We're trying to change the game in terms of how sales is done.
Yes.
We're trying to apply lean to sales, right? So in terms of lean manufacturing is very popular now.
Absolutely.
So now the idea behind lean is an activity doesn't start until whoever uses the output of that activity is pulls for that activity,
Mhm.
for the output, I mean. So we want to do the same thing with sales. Sales process doesn't have to start until there's a buyer ready to either starting the buying process or
Mhm.
ready to buy.
Yep.
And then we can start the selling process. The challenge with that, this one can't happen in an open world in a network like the internet, because the moment somebody says I'm looking for something,
Oh yeah,
then
they're
they'll be
barraged by.
they'll be inundated with,
Yeah.
with spam and all kinds of unqualified suppliers. So by having this network through chambers and trusted connections, now you can declare that and get only the qualified suppliers to call you. And so it actually saves time both for the supplier and for the buyer.
Well, and I like the fact that, you know, the set it and forget it thing that you had mentioned to me earlier, and I didn't really understand that. You know, I kind of vision this, and people will get the wrong impression. What they really need to understand is this is not a social media thing. This is not a feed you have to watch every day and you have to post stuff every day. What you have to do is you have to be mindful of the connections that are created through it and come to you and bring
Yes.
that attention to those connections. But those connections are already almost pre-validated, because
Yes.
what you've done is you've said, here's what my business is and does, and here's what my business is and needs.
Yes.
And those wants and needs go out, and then it filters down to making those direct connections and then sends you a direct email. So you literally can set it and forget it.
Correct.
You know, maybe that's a new tagline for you. I don't know. But Wadud, it's great to have you here. As always at Cambridge, you're a frequent visitor, and we love to have you here. Love to spend some time with you talking about business and how we can connect our communities. But what we want to do is get our members connected. And the Cambridge Chamber of Commerce, of course, is going to be a partner with Protunity.
Yes.
We want to be an organization that is connecting our members to other businesses around the world. So for those of you Cambridge Chamber members, or any chamber member, go to protunity.com, protunity.com, and have a look at the site. Register if you want. Choose the Cambridge Chamber as your partner organization if you
Yes.
like. And we'll certainly make it happen and make a business happen for you. And Wadud, what a wonderful idea. And thanks very much on behalf of the entire business community around the world, because we're going to be connecting businesses around the world. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Greg. I mean, I've always been impressed by you and also by the
Oh.
Cambridge Chamber. You're always progressive and always trying to serve your members.
I know. We were talking earlier, and you were saying, well, when are we going to get you online?
Yeah.
And I said, I registered a year ago.
Yeah.
And
And as you know, I've been part of the chamber movement for a long
Absolutely.
time. I've been on the board of Manitoba Chamber
Mhm.
and Winnipeg Chamber for over 10 years now.
Mhm.
So this is way beyond before Protunity. So I really appreciate the kind of work that chambers do for their communities. So.
Well, and now, you know, through this tool that you're offering, this is a tool I think that Chambers of Commerce have been looking for a long, long time.
Yes.
A way where we can connect our members to other businesses around the world, and we can have business happen. Whether it's there or whether it's here, it doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
It's about, we're in a global economy now. We got to be mindful of that.
Yes.
And what we're really trying to do is inspire a higher valued economy around the world, where our businesses can participate as well.
Exactly. I mean, chambers already do that through mixers, through
Absolutely.
all kinds of events. Now you're doing exactly the same thing, except it's online.
But you, sir, are making it happen, and we appreciate
I
what
can't
you
do that by myself without partners like that.
I know.
Yeah.
Good to have you here
Well,
in town
thank you.
again,
Thank you
Wadud.
very
And
much.
next time we'll get you back on Chamber Web TV, see how it's going and how many chamber connections we've made through Protunity.
I'd love to do that.
Great.
Thank you very much, Greg.